Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Harry Muppet. Welcome to another daily Masters cast from Harry Muppet. Yep, that's me, and I'll be casting this game. So we have officially moved over to the European regional finals for WCS Season 2. So we've finished with the South Korean regional finals for the moment. Going to be moving over to the European ones. I've got about 10 games that I've picked out so far. Some of the games which look like they're going to be freaking awesome. And so I'm going to be going through all 10 of those games in the Daily Masters. And then we are going to jump across to the US, the North American regional finals for WCS Season 2. And we're going to do some games from there as well. So a lot of high quality 1v1 Masters games for Daily Masters all over the place. So starting off, our first game here, it is going to be MMA. Down the bottom left side of the map, our blue Terran player, and he is pretty freaking awesome. And down the bottom right side of the map, it is our unnamed player who is actually NaNiwa. So NaNiwa is going to be an awesome Protoss player, as we have seen in a whole bunch of Daily Masters previously. And yeah, I think this was like the round of 16 or something, the round of 16 in that tournament. And MMA actually doing pretty well in that tournament, I seem to remember. I can't remember how well he did in this game, of course. We're watching this game fresh, but he was all over this tournament, if I remember correctly. So it's going to be very interesting to see how these players do, going off against each other, and yeah, seeing what happens. So far, not too much happening. Got a bit of a scouting SCV coming over the other side of the map. Of course, there are only 2 starting locations, so we're not going to have to dance around to see, oh, this person is here or that person is there, blah, blah, blah. Both players, so far, going pretty standard. MMA looks like he may be going for an early command center, which is going to be very interesting. It does not look like NaNiwa is going to be going for that early of a Nexus compared to MMA. No, he's actually chucking down a factory, so deciding not to go for that early command center and for an orbital command. So yeah, I thought he was going for one, but then again, yeah, this is actually a proxy factory right here. So it's got to be for Hellions, I feel like. Yeah, that's the only thing I think of. I mean, proxy Widow Mines, maybe even proxy Hellbats if you want to go really crazy. But I'm guessing it's just proxy Hellions, and this is going to be interesting because of course NaNiwa could just send a probe in there, see what buildings are going on. Well, he can't anymore because this is completely blocked off. But okay, so maybe this is going to work. I mean, this is completely blocked off there. He cannot see. There may be a command center up there that he just can't see, and he'll be like, all right, so it's fair enough. There's no factory there, but factory is down there. We are going to be seeing Widow Mines coming out and an SCV coming out as well. Now, with one Stalker out the front, this Widow Mine could burrow down and kill the Stalker off very easily, but then, of course, that is going to suck for his whatchamacallit, his refire rate. But yeah, it looks like NaNiwa is going to be pushing in nice and hard. He's got the Mothership Core on the back. He's got the Zealot in the front. Very nice early 2-pronged attack. And meanwhile, NaNiwa is having to deal with this Widow Mine. We can go straight for the mineral line, although the workers are going to go nuts on it. Chooses to burrow straight away, and the workers all over to the other side. So this Zealot not really doing too much. There's 3 Marines going down to fend off the Mothership Core. That was an excellent move, and he did manage to kill 1 SCV so far. So nice move by that Mothership Core. And this Widow Mine, I do not know how this happened, but it looks like it aimed for a worker, and the worker went inside the simulator at exactly the right time. I cannot explain how it does not have a kill, but it's definitely going to get a kill now. Oh, that is 3 workers down. So that Widow Mine doing a great job. We've got another planted under the expansion there, and NaNiwa desperately trying to get this robotics facility up. He cannot afford to not mine. He cannot constantly keep them on this side of the map without continuous micro to make him do so. But look at the Widow Mines, man. Widow Mines all over the place. I thought MMA was going for a bit more of an attack there, but choosing not to. This Widow Mine is going to get off another hit. Oh, that was just brutal. I think he lost 5 workers there. Absolutely insane. That one Widow Mine took out 5 workers. Looks like the other Widow Mine's choosing to just knob off. They realized that it was their turn next, so they just removed themselves from that area, and the observer sweep is going to come up clean. So really, really nice play, Proxy Factory, to get out some Widow Mines, and 8 workers of 1 Widow Mine, definitely worth it. Of course, that is abusing the fact that most players, it takes quite a long time for them to get a scan, for them to get the ability to detect cloaked units. I mean, Terran by far have the quickest, but it costs them to scan. Their quick scan cost them a hell of a lot, just in terms of minerals they could get otherwise by putting down mules. So they're very loath to use it early game unless they really have to, but they get it way earlier than everybody else. Technically, Protoss can get cannons a lot earlier, but cannons aren't a real mainstream sort of play, so they don't usually get them, and they're stationary anyway, so doesn't really count. Zerg are pretty screwed all around. I mean, they can get the Overseers, but they need Lair Tech, and Lair Tech isn't something you usually get in the first 5 minutes, so which is about when those bloody Widow Mines are coming out. So Missile Turret coming up. MMA has a feeling there's an observer somewhere around here, or maybe he's just expecting one to come in. And meanwhile, he's getting up all of the nice Triple M sort of tech that he needs to do, the 1-1 on his infantry. And NaNiwa just going for Colossus. So both players transitioning into the MMA and counter MMA, sorry, not MMA, MMM, the Triple M and the counter Triple M plays that Protoss and Terran players do love to play in these long-term games. The Observer has found a nice safe seat right there. And look at these defenses, man. Bunker, 2 Widow Mines, and a missile turret. Looks very impressive. And I'm just going to sit here and look at this bloody missile turret, because that is awesome. We'll actually select this. Wow, that's just such an awesome missile turret. I don't take enough time to look really closely at the buildings, but my god, that missile turret just looks so freaking awesome. Is there actually, we're going to have a look when it spins around, see if there's a little guy in there. There's a little guy in there. He looks like he's wearing sunglasses, and it looks like a little midget dude in the missile turret. That is freaking awesome. Alright, let's get back to the actual game now. But man, I did not know there was a little dude actually inside that missile turret. Very impressive, man. I've been playing this game for years, I never knew that. So you always find new stuff to talk about. The Marines are going to get hit in just a second. They're going to move away by a couple of Widow Mines, overcharge Nexus, and it will be able to hit those. So brilliant defense from NaNiwa. Did not have to move his main army back. Did not have to expose his expansion to this force of Marines. So everybody got off pretty happy there, except of course MMA, who wanted to do a bit more damage, but at least he didn't really lose anything in that battle. Observer coming out, seeing a 3rd base being built right here, but NaNiwa, I mean, he's not really in a good position to move out from his base. He's really not. I mean, where is his army actually? He's getting the Colossus tech up, but he hasn't really got a lot of units to protect it. And gateway count is only at 3, which at this point of the game is not high. It's about the minimum that you'd want to have. And the reason is he's been getting so many Colossus. So yeah, he's really at a sort of a dangerous time in his build, a very weak time in his build, where he's got the tech, just got the tech up, but he does not have the facilities to really get a lot of the production. But he actually did very well there. The second Colossus coming in from the side, the force fields, the Zealots pumping out the front and managing to get in nice and close. Really nice. And I think a lot of it was the fact that MMA tried to snipe the Nexus, and he just started taking too much damage because he wasn't concentrating on killing those Zealots. So really nice job. And I mean, NaNiwa's looking like he's in a bit of trouble. He needs to get a lot of ground units out. There we go, 3 gateways coming out. We got the 1-1 nearly going to finishing. So in a couple of minutes, he is going to start to look very solid. He's going to have a lot of units in the front. He's got the Zealot legs coming up as well. So all of those things are going to be awesome. But we've got a 2-pronged attack coming up here. 3 dropships over there. Oh, those are just Vikings, so it's not really a 2-pronged attack. But look at how many bloody workers we're going to die there. That is freaking awesome. We have a look at the units lost. They only actually killed about 3 workers there. So not a huge amount, but that was very, very close to being a crazy sort of attack. And there was actually a lot of units in there. So very, very nice effort from MMA so far, doing a lot of good work. We do have a Warp Prism coming out. Nothing especially crazy can really come out of this, just going to be Zealots. He does not have Storm yet, so High Templar not going to make much sense. But so far, MMA really, really pushing out. And he's looking to do some serious damage. He's got 4 Vikings, 6 Vikings out. So he is not taking the Colossus lightly. And this beautiful observer placement going to catch these guys. But I'm not sure that NaNiwa can really do much about it, because he's got this force to look after as well. The Storms are so close, but they are not here yet. He's got to hold off a little bit. One Colossus going down, the other one scaring away the drop. And a Warp Prism just hanging outside the front of the base. He's forgotten about it for a second. But MMA has got to be thinking that, yeah, he's got to take this out very, very soon. Marines, are you going to attack this? They are starting to attack this, and NaNiwa finally gets the message, oh crap, I got a Warp Prism. He's getting attacked, so he's just going to get that the hell out of there right now. And this is actually, these forces are actually going back. That's how worried they are. They're all pulling back for this Warp Prism. He must have been worried that there were DTs or something like that, but no, and those Vikings desperately shooting for the Warp Prism, so even though it didn't actually get to warp anything in, it's managed to force MMA's entire army to retreat, to back up. And I gotta say, really, really brilliant, because that's actually allowed NaNiwa to expand, to get his third base out, so hooray for the useless Warp Prism. But I feel like that that bit of rest he's had is very, very short-lived. The forces are going to come on straight back, and NaNiwa is going to be in a bit of trouble. He's trying to get some forces up. His army's looking better and better, but there's a very, very decent amount of Vikings on the field for MMA. And the ground force, the Triple M, is still so potent right now. I mean, if we have a look at the income, he's only 6 workers ahead, but he's about 30 army supply ahead, and that just speaks volumes about how his forces are doing. So here we go. We don't really have enough storms to really storm the Vikings and storm the Triple M. Although it looks like he's going to try and storm the Vikings. These guys going over there, nothing up there, so they're just going to be running in. NaNiwa desperately trying to find a good position to sort of defend from. Nice storms on the Vikings. They're all going down quite fast. 2 Colossus still remaining. Nice storms going down on the Triple M forces as well. Beautiful storms, absolutely beautiful storms, and the Zealots are going to help finish it off. And NaNiwa, from what I feel like is the jaws of defeat, has managed to pull off a very, very impressive defense there. Just, I thought he was going to be done for, despite having High Templars and Colossus. I thought he was just overmatched, but the High Templars, the storms were perfect, absolutely perfect. Got a nice storm up on the Vikings. They all just, their health was shredded. Finished them off with Stalkers and Archons, and then finished it up with some beautiful storms on the Marine Marauder. And MMA suddenly not so confident of the win. He's going to have to go back. He's going to have to lick his wounds. And this little guy is worried. I tell you what, man. He looks calm and collected, but you know he is worried. Can we actually follow him around? I'm not sure if we can. Yeah, here's this shrimpy little bastard. I don't know if I can tell. No, his legs are actually down to this bottom side here. Oh god, we're missing a drop here. Alright, bunch of marauders come in, they get in the bloody thing, they get chased off. Whatever, that's not really important. What is important is seeing how long this guy's legs are, because I thought he was like a dwarf or something, but I think his legs go all the way down to that metal platform, which would make him a normal sized person. So yeah, I think his legs go all the way down there, and his arms are in these metal things. So yeah, see, there's metal things to the side. I think his arms are in there. So he's not, they have not stuck an amputee into the missile turret. It is a full-sized human being. He's just got his arms and his legs stuck in metal things. So there we go. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. This one guy is being a little bit of a pain in the ass, and he wins the award for dying the fastest. I feel like just absolutely owned by all of those units. We're actually going to see a Dark Shrine coming out, as well as Armor 3? I feel like that's armor level 3. A bunch more guys coming in. These guys are a bit more serious, and this is going to have to be cancelled. There we go. There's the cancel. Absolutely beautiful. And meanwhile, MMA is going to be landing his 4th base and building a 5th base on the same place. So MMA is maxed out. He's looking a lot more confident. He's going to have 3-3 ready for this engagement. He's even got some Hellbats in there to deal with the Zealots, which kind of pissed him off last time. He did not like the Zealots coming out and finishing off his army, so Hellbat's going to help with that. He's got level 2 air weapons almost finished. Our Protoss player only has 1 weapons, but he does have 2 armor. So this is going to be interesting, and we will see if NaNiwa can pull off another fantastic defense. I do not know if he can, because this is a very, very scary Terran army, and right now I do believe that MMA isn't an advantage. He's a bit of an advantage, but he's going to have a lot of an advantage because this base is out, this base is out, and this base is starting to look a little bit scant, but yeah, he really does need 3 bases. Look at these guys coming in. Just, forcing the cancel once again. That is just absolutely brutal. Absolutely brutal. It's just 1 dropship. I think it's the same dropship that's cancelled it twice now. So, really, really nice. Maybe he needs to get a Phoenix out, but of course he would need Stargate Tech, which is a bit of a pain in the ass to get. So, yeah, just not fun at all. And MMA, he's got his ghosts out, so he is hopefully he's not going to be screwed up by the High Templar like last time. Some nice EMPs, not hitting the High Templars, though the High Templars right up the back, and they're getting a beautiful storms off on the Vikings once again. Going to be trying to storm everything else. There we go, beautiful storms once again, but the main army for the Protoss player starting to get knocked out quite a bit. They're starting to get a bit overwhelmed. And he's got storms. He's got the propensity for another couple of storms. And he's got rid of the Vikings. So, once again, NaNiwa is going to somehow survive the attack from MMA. The attack with more actual units. Sorry, I don't want that one. I want this one. So, MMA has lost more. But I feel like he's built more. So, he's built more, but he has not traded as officially with NaNiwa, which is what's keeping NaNiwa in the game from just getting overwhelmed by MMA, because MMA can definitely afford to build more than NaNiwa can, just by a bit, but still enough. And yeah, do we have some DTs coming in here? We got a DT over there, 14 kills. How the hell did I miss that? That is freaking epic. There is a DT over there with 14 kills. So gotta love that guy. But yes, it's pretty obvious. Yeah, we're down to 37 workers lost, man. 37 workers. Oh, I feel like I've just missed something absolutely huge here, but that is going to turn the game around. It's already started to turn the game around for NaNiwa, just taking out all those workers, and got a High Templar in the War Prism trying to do something there. Here he goes. All we need is an overcharged Nexus here, and we're going to do some beautiful stuff. Did not manage to cancel this guy, I feel like, but the cannon, whoa, way to not keep an eye on your forces, MMA. That was not a fun loss right there. And here we go, the main army coming away, chasing those guys away. And some beautiful storms coming down on all those forces. We have a look, he's up to 48 so far. And this is it right here. This is NaNiwa's ticket back into the game. An incredibly potent amount of harassment onto MMA's economy, onto his workers, and it's just been so good so far. He's getting these up. He needs those extra mules, he needs those extra scans to deal with this constant DT harassment. And this guy, man, he is still he's just sitting there, man. He is just, he's having a picnic out there or something. After a hard day's work, he's having a nice, relaxing cold brew and a picnic. So that is beautiful. Look at these guys, man, right underneath the observer. They're thinking they're surprising. They're not surprising anybody, man. NaNiwa totally knows about them. Nice scan going down. And NaNiwa going in there. He sees the ghost. He's got an observer somewhere, so good job. The High Templar, they've got a ton of EMPs. And going in, and looks like MMA hasn't really bought his Vikings this time. I haven't really seen any Vikings. And with 2 Colossus still on the field, these guys are not going to be doing that well. They are going to be having to fall back constantly. Bunch more Zealots coming in, be attacking these guys, and yeah, that's not going to be good. They're going to keep going on into here, and slowly but surely, NaNiwa is starting to turn the game around. I feel like just the harassment he's done in the back of MMA's base with that obscene amount of worker kills, obviously from DTs. This guy definitely did his share of worker kills. Has really just turned the game around, given NaNiwa the advantage he needed. Look at this, man. Single digit gas at the 28-minute mark. That is not what you want to see if you are any player, pretty much. It is just absolutely awful. And now he is moving in, looking to finish this off, looking to make a clean sweep of it, and I feel like he can do that. Definitely. Got a nice bit of harassment there, but those guys are going to get taken out very, very soon, even without the Nexus overcharge. And moving in, the command center is going to go down. This force going up the top, but not really much they can do about this impending Protoss army. And we have a nuke coming down. The cannon's attacking the Ghost, though. Oh, the nuke is cancelled. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. And MMA, man, he should have nuked from over here or something, gotten out of the range of the cannon, but the cannon probably still would have been able to spot him and the Zealot could have taken it out. So, it's close to seeing a nuke, but not quite there. So, a bit unfortunate, but we're going to keep playing, and I think MMA is on the verge of defeat here from being well and truly what I feel like he was in front for a very decent amount of the game. But NaNiwa pulled off some excellent defenses a couple of times with some excellent storms. Just beautiful storming all over the place. And then he did the DT harass, the Zealot harass in the back of MMA's base to cut down his worker numbers. His worker numbers are just so bad. They're still so bad. He has not been able to get them back up. And now with NaNiwa's advanced tech, with his Colossus, with his Archons, he can just... he doesn't want to directly engage this. Look at the DT coming back. He's got it back up to 20 kills. Very, very happy with himself right there. And MMA finally taken him out, but it's just a matter of time till MMA dies now. I mean, he cannot come back from this worker deficit right now. 22 to 58. He just cannot cut. So that's 66 workers lost. 66. That's a crazy number right there. I mean, NaNiwa's lost 22, which is still bad. But 22 versus 66, I mean, you're laughing. You're absolutely laughing. And here we go. Moving in. This is going to be the final kill right here. It's nice storms going down. Another storm going to be hitting here. Oh, maybe not. It's just going to finish him off like normal. MMA gives the GG. And what an awesome game there, man. NaNiwa, one of the best comebacks I've ever seen. He wasn't out. He wasn't really, really down. But I definitely think he was down. I definitely think he was having some trouble in that game. And he just came back. Just boom, he came back. And it was a beautiful, beautiful play. So, congratulations to him for taking out this game. And there we go. Thank you very much for watching this Daily Masters. This has been Hairy Muppet. I hope you enjoyed this game. Please subscribe. And I will talk to you guys later. This is Hairy Muppet. I'll catch you guys tomorrow.